I'm Curtis Shaw. I'm the coordinator of officials for the Ohio Valley Conference for men's basketball and also the head of the men's basketball consortium that we work with in the Ohio Valley Conference with the Big 12, Conference USA, Missouri Valley, and Southland.
Hey Curtis, tell us, after the large number of rule changes from last year to reduce physicality, where do you see the physicality of the game going this year?
I think the Rules Committee was extremely happy with where the direction of the game went last year, eliminating the physical play. Scoring went up over 5 points a game, but we only averaged 1.1 fouls more. So it wasn't just a free throw contest. It had to do with allowing the players to make their athletic movements like we wanted. We've decided to continue that direction. We're not only going to continue to enforce what we did last year, we're going to reduce the physicality in the post, reduce the physicality on rebounding and on free throws this year to fully expand and get the basketball game back to where it was supposed to be, which is an athletic contest, not just a physical contest.
Outside of that, what are the two major things for fans to watch for this season?
I think the fans are going to see two major changes in rules that were already in effect, but we've interpreted them differently. Number one is the restricted area play. In the past, if a player was stationary in the restricted area and the offense ran into them and created contact, sometimes we'd have a no call. But the Rules Committee has decided we don't want anybody in that area. So now, anytime there's contact in the restricted area by a player, an offensive player, on a defensive player whose feet are on the floor, it's going to be a blocking foul. If the defensive player jumps and goes vertical and what coaches call walling up, then they're fine and legal. But if they keep their feet on the floor on defense, the offense runs into them and misses the shot, we're going to have a blocking foul. This will help open the lane up and reduce physicality. The second thing is the elbow rule and how it's now interpreted. We had a lot of plays in the past where a player would just simply swing the ball from one side to the other or try to swing the ball across to put a dribble on the floor, and he ended up creating contact with a defensive player who had invaded his space. So we now have what we call the cylinder rule. And if an offensive player has the ball shoulder level above or waist level and below, he's allowed to move the ball side to side, and any contact that would occur on a defensive player will be a foul on the defense now. This will be somewhat different because you may have a kid laying on the floor with a bloody nose and he's going to get called for the foul. But the whole intent is we don't want defense to be able to get so tight that a player cannot make a normal offensive basketball move. So these are the two big changes I think we'll see affected in a lot of our games.
Lastly, what will the fans notice this season?
I think the fans will notice a continued stress on scoring. I think you'll see an emphasis on athletic play, on shooting the basketball openly without being physically contested, and then on cleaning up rebound. I think the direction the game's going is where basketball is intended to be, an offensive sport with great athletes and great physical ability who are not going to allow the weight room kids just to get physical with them and create the type ugly basketball we've had before. We want a free-flowing, smooth game, and I think everything we're doing is pointing it in that direction.